I don't usually film in the car, but we are waiting for a train on the way to estate sales. I'm in Spokane, Washington, and sometimes I go to estate sales just because I want to shop and find cool things for my vintage collectors. But today I have a different motivation. I am going to be conducting an estate sale in a week. I haven't done an estate sale in Spokane before, so I want to get an idea for how people price things. I can't walk in here and think that I can just put Seattle prices on everything. It all depends on what sells in a given area and what people are willing to pay. So we're going to find out a little bit more about the market while we shop for cool antiques and vintage. Let's go. Well, the river is running high and this place appears to be right on the river, so I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of a house this is. This could be kind of a neat spot. Well, there's a sign. Well, I'm actually the early bird. This one hasn't opened yet. That's the reason nobody's here. That's actually a good sign, though. It's a sort of okay-looking sale with some vintage, and they've already got 23 people on their list of numbers, so that means that people are actively out looking. Of course, the question when you're waiting for one sale is, do you wait or do you go to the next? There's about 45 minutes until the sale opens, and that to me is reason enough to go on to another sale. This next sale requires us to drive by Riverfront Park where the 1974 World's Fair was. Hard to believe that before the World's Fair, this lovely little island with all of its little charms was a railroad yard, and there was no access to the waterfront in downtown Spokane. Now the legacy of the fair is this wonderful urban center where a lot of really cool things go on all year round. Well, this is certainly a darling little cottage in here. We'll see what they have left. I understand this sale started yesterday. It's not a very big place, but it is absolutely Victorian, and I believe they redid and collected in the house to suit that flavor. So it's half off outside and full price inside. A lot of cute things here. A lot of these look as is. But this drip cut, well, my goodness, that's fine, and it's 50 cents. This looks like maybe a Knowles piece. It's got a chip, though. Oh, Steubenville. Okay. They had Russell Wright as a designer later on. Oh yes, these people clearly collected old stuff to match this old house, and that's great because it means it's going to be a fun vintage sale. It's also going to give me an idea about pricing. So this two-piece enamelware is marked at 10 and then marked down, but it's kind of damaged. It's a Thunder pot with the wrong lid, so that doesn't tell me a whole lot. Big flower frog for $2. That's a pretty good price. I've got a lot of marbles. I might be able to use that to display some of the better ones. Boy, and this place for a little house has a bunch of sheds. And who knows what's in here. I see an old red stool, but that's not in very great shape. I imagine a lot of the stuff in the sheds isn't. I might have to ask about plastic boxes. I'm going to need those for my sale. Ooh, and a sprayer. People are getting excited about these sprayers. Never used to be a thing people wanted. And it's only $2 and half off. Well, I guess I'm getting that. Big red yoke is 40. That would be 20 now. Now that seems more in line with what I'm used to in pricing. The pulley is 30. That would be 15. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little less nervous about how I price. There's a bunch of stuff outside. An old potty chair for 20. That's pretty dilapidated. This old tumbler for 12. Aw. Cute little fish pottery. This was a nice piece, but they're all damaged. $30 on this scale is pretty good. I like the blue. It's pretty worn, though. The blue is what sells it, but they're big and heavy, so that unsells it for me. Yeah, they were using a lot of things like broken crocks for garden art. That's why it's only $5. The wheels are cute, but you'd have to have a way to use them. 30 on the wagon, now 15. This really is an old place, and it's very close to downtown. Spokane really boomed in the 1880s and 90s, and so this would have been one of the earliest houses in town. And here is another shed full of stuff, so let's see what we have here. We've got greeting cards, we've got travel postcards, little golden records. Now this sale has been going on for a couple of days, so I'm not expecting to find too much that's really amazing unless they priced it high and now it's coming down. Or if it's something that maybe people in this area don't want. South of the Border Favorites, that's a good graphic. And the Carmen Miranda looking doll is cute. Denver, Colorado, $5 with the little guy having a siesta. And this one from Twin Falls, Idaho. You know, I've had good luck with these. And if these are only half price, I think I'm going to take them. I'm a little surprised these are still here at this price. Obviously, you would have to put paper in the middle for your scraps like this. But yeah, those are just a lot of fun. Inward we go. I like the old decoys, and these really are old ones that were used a lot.
It's 15, and this is inside you got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow, if they're not just coming in until tomorrow, you want to take
that one is missing its weight.
10 is okay. Yes, 10 is okay. Yeah. And so we do have to add tabs.
Now this one is a later one, but this could be a good artist. We'll have to look. Charles Dickens set, $80 for all that. When you're on the phone. At the old Spokane Daily Chronicle, they have a great building here. $80 for the whole 1907 year. Oh, this is a good old magazine that had been around forever. It actually became Antique and Collecting Hobbies. This is the December 1933 thing. Yes, hobbies, collecting old-time bikes. Neat stuff. Old photos. Cumberland, Iowa. The studios would have such elaborate props. Occasionally we see the chairs and things for sale now. Complete tour of the world. I'm sure that's fun. That's kind of fascinating. During the Depression, when people were moving place to place and living under tents, unfortunately we're seeing a lot of that again. Whole collection of these for $50. A lot of people came to Eastern Washington who were migrants who ended up working on the Grand Coulee Dam, amongst other things, including my uncle's family. Wow, interesting. He said everybody knew the rough side of town and the rough side of the camp. And there they are at work. Original L. Frank Baum book. You see Dorothy and the Tin Woodman and the Scarecrow. Waking up the Earth in a sleeping car. Livestock at the stockyards, loading a boxcar, East and West Railroad. Bringing milk to the city. Interesting that there's a lot of labor related. Cute old Valentines at about $3 each. See what we have in trade cards. Conditions are critical with these, and most of those are not in good condition. These are fun. I'm sure they're both the same. Very 1930s to go with the dishware. These are just paper. A little bit chewed on that one end, unfortunately. This one looks like it's in better shape. I might have to have one of those for $2 to go with my scrapbook. $24 on the little child stove.
I'll backtrack.
$4 on the Bakelite cake breaker in the box. That's a pretty good price. I like little metal buildings. Notre Dame. Before the fire, that one doesn't have a price, so we'll take that up. We might get a bargain. Cute little lemon juicer. This guy's a bell for $3. Those are all one piece. It's got the mustard and the cream and the salt and pepper, but how would you use it? Nothing super important, but the prices are telling me that we can price about like we price on a lot of stuff, so that's good. Kitchen Queen is not for sale. $400 on the Magic Chef. That's in very nice shape. Blue ball jars, and they've got 5 and 8 and 10 and 12 on this, so the blue ball jar thing must still be a thing here. That tells me something about this market. Fabric $2 unless marked. 50 cents on hankies and doilies. This is useful information here. Well, there's sure a lot of cute things in this house. I think this was a really good sale when it started, but I'm a day behind, and that's okay, because I am here as much to learn as I am to shop. Okay, we've got whimsy blocks, rare. Well, okay, I wouldn't say rare, but $15 is an okay price. Old picture puzzle for $7, the lotto game for $6, those are pretty common. Ford Apache, the marked set, but it doesn't have the box. Little fabric children's books, Mother Goose. Funny Friends in linen, that's cute. $15 though, that seems like retail. Ooh, Roy Acuff with the Grand Ole Opry. This might be something to take back to Kentucky and sell. Globes, $60 on the one with the cool plastic folder. This one's kind of falling apart, so it's only $5. U.S. map die cut on state lines. So this looks like it's a puzzle with the Dominion of Canada to the north. Books, they're about at the normal price, $2 on hardbacks unless you have something special. Ooh, but they do have something good. Egg and I, this is where Ma and Pa Kettle came from. This has the dust jacket. This is Betty McDonald. She had to go live out near Port Townsend, Washington. And they lived at a time there that this was a very rural place. And she was quite lost in it all. Very popular book. This is the 7th impression, 1945, so not a first edition. It does have the dust jacket. For $2, I'll probably buy it because it's Northwest interest. All right, let's look at some ceramics here. A lot of $4 and $5 prices. $8 on the Franciscan with the good mark. These prices all seem about right. Interesting shape here. This is a Hull pottery. See how it's got the cursive USA? That's important to know because this one doesn't say Hull, but it is absolutely part of their floral line. Some cute pieces here. I believe this one's Pacific pottery. Yes, out of Los Angeles. There would have been a pair. It's not rare at all, but it's only $6, so they didn't really price it like rare. Cute little duck whimsy planter, made in Japan, 1930s. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Nice wall sconces.
You're filming?
Yeah, I'm showing a friend of mine. $50 on the hand, but we see a lot of these back east for cheaper prices, so we'll leave that. They're still distributing all those. German, 12. Ooh, a turnlock purse, but I bet it's in bad shape at the edge, otherwise it would not be here at $12. Wedding toasting cup for $12. That's kind of an interesting piece that probably would sell. My friend Dave has taught me to look through these scrapbooks for old trade cards because one good one could be worth more than $60. They can be soaked, but these have mainly been cut out, so that means they're not going to be worth much because they trimmed off the pieces. Plus, I'm not seeing trade cards, I'm just seeing cute prints. There's one for sewing machines, but sewing machines were pretty common, as was thread. Extract of beef. Stanley in darkest Africa. This one says glued trade cards 65, so we're going to take a little time with this. Montgomery Ward, where the Brownies get their supplies. The Brownies were a very popular early cartoon character. That's cute. Japanese priest photographed from life. Scott's emulsion. This is a little more elaborate die cut. Now you're getting into something that could have some value, but Scott's emulsion is fairly common. Colombian sewing machines, northwest, east, and south. Well, there's some cute ones in here, but I don't see anything really valuable worth spending the money on this. Well, that was fun. I got a whole bag of stuff for just under $50. The decoy I bought was the one newer one, but the newer one, that artist sells for $150, so I was happy to pay $35. Actually, I'll triple my money for the whole thing just on that piece when I sell it, and everything else was essentially free. PV is Pleasant Valley, and you can see why it's so pleasant. It's just down from Spokane Falls. Interesting area. Across used to be a huge train yard. All those new buildings are the Kendall Yards area, which is a big redevelopment district. So you've got this modern building, but down in this little valley you have all these cute little Victorians that are still left. And this one really was a fun little place to have a sale. And it made me feel better because I think our pricing is going to be just fine. So now it is back to the sale that started 15 minutes ago that I put my name on the list for numbers, but you know, we'll just see what we get. It wasn't a big sale, it's just a little townhouse, and I was 23rd on the list, so I'm going to get about what I would have gotten anyway. Sometimes you just have to take your chances when there's a lot of sales on one day. Neat old international truck. So far what I'm noticing is a little cheaper on linens than I usually price. Books seem to be about the same. The costume jewelry seems to be about the same. I think that we're going to be able to do what we're used to doing in terms of pricing, which is nice. I kind of figured, because Spokane's got a good active antique market and shows, and I've done the shows here and sold well, so I figured that we had a pretty good idea. But you know, you just like to confirm when you haven't done an estate sale and you're in a new market. It really is important to see the lay of the land. And since I had to fly, I actually got a sandwich board that we can put out in front of our sale for only $2, so that was worth it right there. We are in the heart of downtown Spokane. You notice the sky bridges. It does snow a lot here in the winter. The sky bridges and the World's Fair really helped keep downtown Spokane viable. A lot of fixed up old buildings as well. It's nice that there's some pride and heritage here. On the left, you see an old tower. That is the only thing left of the railroad station from 1907. They saved just the tower for the World's Fair. All right, so we're back. We weren't in the first wave, but we'll be in the second wave and see what's left. Oh, World's Fair stuff. 5 items at $3 each. Yeah, I think I'll take that, actually. May I just leave it with you?
Sure.
Thank you.
Put it on the table over here.
Okay, that's great.
I'll let Jane collect that.
Okay, Sterling's all together. I like that pen. Funky square glasses, those are neat. And could I see the 2 straight razors? It's a long time between drinks. Oh, it's a Camel, I see. May all your troubles be little ones. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, these old postcards where they do the photo trick with the monster size stuff on it.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat.
Real photo ones that often.
No, actually, that is kind of neat. But I don't know that I need that. Let me put that so they don't scratch. There you go. Thank you. Split with the crescents in it.
Sky?
Yeah, thank you.
Everything in that case is $2 each.
$2 each on the jewelry. Okay, thank you. Tupperware ones with the chain. That's kind of fun. All right, let's see what's inside. I have to say the stuff outside was pretty good. And for not having been here at the beginning, I think it's real good. Holly Hobby. White House plate, $8 on the fridge dish. That's too worn.
Years.
Oldenware.
I haven't seen something like that for a while.
Yeah.
Those days are over.
Yes. Some very fancy cups and saucers. Royal Albert. That's a good name. This one's got a nice scene. Polclow, England. Fenton and Fenton. The gingham dog and the calico cat. Bow wow wow meow. That's cute with a little warmer for children's food. This is a neat thing. This is a high chair that actually converts down into a stroller from about 1900. They have it priced at $110, which is pretty much full price, but I like it. A lot of wall plates. This looks like Noritake. And it is. This pattern sells. This is also Royal Albert. It is the silver birch, and that's the cream and sugar. But it's got a chip. And there is the, oh, it's a retirement community. $344,000. Wow, prices have risen here. Yep, same prices on the blue jars. Well, a little more knowledge and $35 worth of stuff, but I'm really happy with what I got. The prices were pretty good. I noticed something about the costume jewelry. They're charging about $2 each for pieces that we usually charge $4 a piece for. So that's going to be something we're going to have to consider, because I have an entire table of costume jewelry at the estate sale we're doing. The other thing I noticed, which is something I don't do, my total was $36. It's only a couple of hours into the sale, and he rounded it down, which was nice for me. I didn't ask for it. I got to tell you, when I have prices at an estate sale, the price is the price, especially on the first day. We don't round off and bundle until we're getting down to the end of the sale. I heard someone at another estate sale say they haven't been finding a lot of good estate sales. So, you know, if ours is decent, which I think it is, it's certainly got a lot of antique and vintage anyway, well, maybe we'll be in good shape.
Made a quick gas stop and picked up this shopper paper. It's good to know the shopper papers because they're usually inexpensive, things like Thrifty Nickel, Little Nickel, if it has nickel in its name, or anything like that. This particular one seems to do a special section on estate sales, so we need to be in this one. And it also is telling me there's a flea market the last day of our sale, so I guess that will be a good day to do half off. We usually don't on a Saturday because we like the general public to get a chance to see, but in this case, if we're already competing with another event that's going to be a discount, well, then we need to be a discount too. And I found an acceptable station for listening and playing during the estate sale. Sorry, I can't let you hear it now.
Okay, well, after a very long drive to get around the Dishman Hills, we are in Spokane Valley, which is the area to the east of the city that has a lot of population, and the estate sale is this way. Interesting to me that everybody hand draws their signs. We're going to have ours printed. This sale was pretty cryptic. They had a cute ad, but it had interesting graphics and no real indication of what was at the sale. So we're going to find out when we get there. They did say that the family had lived there since the 70s, and this definitely looks like a 70s neighborhood. So we'll see what they've got. Well, the neighbor has a 1949 or 1950 Ford. The resemblance to the Studebaker with that round nose is not a coincidence. The Studebaker designer was a friend of the Ford designer, and Ford couldn't figure out anything to do, so he helped him with that design. All right. I love that in the 70s they left tall trees so you have a nice wooded area around a house. Lots of books. Books get strewn. It's just unpreventable in an estate sale. You got to do a lot of straightening up behind people. Oh yes, the Johann Hodel in blue. There are collectors for this, but it was very widely distributed in the 60s and 70s, so pretty common. Old Anchor Hawking Punch set for $20. $20 for all of the Liberty Blue. Bunch of the Bing and Grondel and Royal Copenhagen plates. Those are Royal Copenhagen with that border. $3 on this. Boy, if you could find a lid, this is a $65 piece. I'm tempted to see if I can cannibalize a lid, but the paint's a little worn. I'll have to think about it. Ah, what a lovely view from here. Mostly contemporary books, and they're pricing, again, just like we do. This is great. It'll be easy. These type drawers are popular, but $35 is retail, especially with those legs. They like the ones without. Stan Miller is someone who's known in this area. That looks like Spokane in the middle of winter. Welcome to the vintage room. Well, let's see what they have that they say is vintage. Some little hooked rugs, not in great shape. Old hamper. The hat for $35. My goodness, it's certainly not that great, but you tell me. Well, this looks like something that was contemporary with the house. $35 though? I already missed the coronation, so no. Copper ice cream maker, $220. My goodness. A kitty in the 50s. New Mexico. The old planes are kind of cool. Somebody would like those pictures. If this was really cheap, I would buy it for the few little airline photos. Santa Claus and His Works, unfortunately, has been rather folded. It's a nice old McLaughlin piece, but it's in poor condition. Posthumous Diana stamps. Not much call for those. Speaking of the coronation, interestingly enough, Ronald McDonald Giant Story coloring book. Okay, that creeps me out. Yeah, some cutwork linens. Prices are fine. This is kind of interesting because it's Crown Devon and shaped like a fish with the red transferware, but I think it probably had a lid because of that shape. Avon. Yeah, the vintage isn't too great. $7. Well, this actually is vintage. Pyrography, 1910s. Here's Good Luck.
with the monk on it. Monk's toasting seemed to be a thing in the 19 teens. I think they were trying to show that even pious people like to drink. It was right before Prohibition. It didn't work. Mississippi, Texas. This is probably from Bicentennial. It's all about electioneering. $10 for the fireplace. That isn't bad. Christmas room appears pretty contemporary. Most of what's in here is, looks like we have a coonskin cap or something like that in the middle of everything else. We don't have a lot of clothes at this sale, but in case we do, it looks like usual prices. Ties don't look too interesting, neither do the purses or the hats. So I think we're done here. I actually was noticing it's a nice landscape. I don't recognize the name. Oh, how neat. That looks like the right era.
This here was painted of her estate. That's her grandmother's estate.
Oh, how nice. Where was the grandmother from, I wonder? Oh, very good.
So this is, and this is real wood. This here was the kind of wood, the real soft wood, you know, that
yes.
they put through the
right,
the
like they could
machine.
press mold,
Yes.
yeah,
And
it's on a
yes,
board.
and
So yeah, this has
yeah.
to be about 1900, I'd say.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, very nice. It's very
So,
cute. I like the story.
One at home. I bought the frame back.
The only problem with the frame is it's been really
And that's why
damaged
so
and
it's-
redone.
okay.
Yeah, that's
So
the
they
reason
won't-
I
they
would
won't-
say,
it's not pristine.
right.
Okay.
That's why I would say 100 is about right. They could fix that properly. What you do is you take silly putty and you do the pattern, and then you do little mold and plaster it in and paint it.
Still then, it's not
But it's
sincere.
not going to
Yeah.
be perfect. Yeah.
And signed by Sam Miller for Dr. Monroe. They're actually lived in this house, and he's the one that died. Which
Oh,
causes
I
the
see.
damage.
Okay.
So it's really more than this.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's over 1,000. But she wants to sell it, and she's no place for it.
And it's an estate sale, and you have to price accordingly. I think your price is fair for it. I mean, he's not somebody, I'm from the other side of the state, so I don't have a customer for it, but I did recognize it right away.
Yes.
And locally, yeah, no, I think that's a fair price for what it is if the right person comes. Well, that was fun. The gal having the sale wanted my opinion on a couple of paintings, and I just thought the stories were sweet and that they have a certain amount of value, but it's nice. I feel like I'm kind of paying it back since I'm also looking at their stuff to help with my sale. Well, I hit all the estate sales I wanted to see. I got a good picture of the market, and I learned some very important things. People seem to not do professionally printed signs, but I'm going to because I think that'll make it stand out and be easier to follow. I think that'll be in our favor. But it seems like estate sales here are well attended. Even the little one in the townhouse that didn't have a lot of stuff had 25 people waiting in line when it opened. So I think we're going to have a bang-up sale. Look for it on estatesales.net. I'm not going to be able to post picture or video of the sale before we do the advertising. It's going to be late in the week. I think we're looking at Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But again, check estatesales.net. We're under complete estate sales. It's in the South Hill of Spokane. That's as much as I can tell you right now. But it is so great to have you here. And if you enjoy estate sales and can't come to Spokane, well, you know what? We will have video of it after it all happens. So looking forward to that. And in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, check out this one. Also, click thumbs up to like this video and check the description for information about our Patreon, our memberships. We've got a lot of different levels with different perks and bonus videos and early content. Also, please do check out our website, theantiquenomad.com, for appraisal help. And we'll see you again for more adventures in the antique and vintage community soon. Bye for now.